So I recently got my pond all finished up, and that means it's time to put in a few fish. So I went down some gator-infested waters in a local creek because I know there's plenty of small bass that would be perfect stocking size for my pond. The problem is I gotta brave the gators in this murky water. So let me take you along while I go fishing to stock the pond. Now, I've probably driven over this bridge about 50 times, but I never thought that there'd actually be fish in here. So I stopped by last Saturday and actually noticed a good bit of gator action, so I kind of toyed with them with a little top water for a minute. But after that, it got me wondering if there's gators around here, there's got to be fish because they got to be eating something. So decided to come back here and do some fishing, and I went with my little brother, so I wasn't videoing the whole time, but I ended up catching some small bass. So I decided to come back with a small hook and small bait to catch some fish to stock the pond with. Now, before my wife could even get the camera out, I caught this bluegill. Wasn't planning on keeping them, but later on I kept some of the real pretty ones. The audio will cut between my voice and the actual audio because sometimes the audio quality is really bad, and I don't think you want to hear tons of rain and wind the whole time. Alright, you can't see him yet, but we got a little curious fella coming this way. Let me make my way out to him. You ain't sneaky, buddy. You ain't sneaky. Oop, here he went. He's been watching us for a little while. Let's get this sucker out there without it getting stuck. There we go. And that's about where I had my bite a second ago.
There's a gator too.
Where? Where's the gator? Oh, I see. Now this gator was pretty curious, so he hung around for a good little while. He wouldn't chase my bobber, but he definitely was kind of interested in what was going on. At no point did he ever threaten us or growl or anything like that. He just kind of watched from a little distance away. Eventually he did come a little bit closer, but then he just went and swam back away off to the side. So there was no danger. It was a very, very docile alligator. Just very curious, kind of wanted to see what was going on. Also, he's probably trying to stay out of the rain.
Oh, it's a baby gar. Look how tiny. That's a tiny baby alligator gar.
Oh, look at his teeth.
Look at that. That is cool. Oh, man. All right. Now I'm going to unhook him. All right, if you see those teeth, grab the tail so he stops flipping around. Look at them teeth. That is insane.
Now I decided to bring him home and keep him. I hooked him through the eye, so I feel like I kind of owe it to him. But these things can get massive, so I'm eventually going to build him his own little pond. Now that excitement was over, I found a little tiny crab in the shallows and decided to play with him a little bit. I like to mess with all kinds of little wildlife, so when I see a tiny crab, they love to chase after the worms. So I tried to pull him out of the water, but he was a little too stubborn, so I ended up giving up and going back to fishing. But it was fun while it lasted.
Slowly pull him up towards the shore.
Now at this point, we hadn't seen the gator for a couple minutes, and so I was over here jigging around, trying to get this bluegill to bite, or at least trying to attract the attention of some kind of fish. And then all of a sudden, the gator came right on back.
Oh, that gator's moving close.
Oh gosh, is he too close?
Not quite. He moves 3 or 4 more feet. Might get a rock and throw it at him. He's just curious. He's wanting to see what this,
Oh gosh, he's gone.
Oh, he's swimming that way. We're good. But we'll just take a couple steps back. There he is. He's closer to the bank, but further from us, so I'll take it. Alright, it's alright though. Fishing's over here, baby. Oh, you ain't worried about no gator right now. I put it real deep and now I'm getting bites. Oh, got him. Ooh, he's pretty. Wow. That's a beautiful, beautiful fish right there. Let's get this out. That one's beautiful. Honestly, I think I want those genetics in my pond. We got the aerator? Yeah, we got the aerator. I'll put him in here. Hopefully well, I don't think
Is that gar gonna mess with him?
But, and we'll get the aerator in there.
So at first I wasn't keeping all the bluegill, but this one was so pretty that I just had to keep it for the pond. I wanted to reproduce and keep those beautiful colors going. So any of these pretty ones I'll keep, and the ugly ones I'll just throw them back.
There's a fish. Well, it's another pretty one. Golly, very pretty. These fish are beautiful. I've all got this orangish red. Very nice. I want these genetics in my pond. Oh, that one's a little scratched up. I don't know if that's disease or something, so it's probably just an injury, but I'm gonna release this one. But I think it was too slender to be a bluegill. If I had to guess, that was a bass. Also, like how it takes it immediately. Just had to prove me wrong, didn't you? Pretty little bugger again. Jeez, these genetics are insane. Look at that. All right, well, you're going in the bucket. I'm not letting you go back in that one. There you go. Made a lot. Some sort of dead. All right. I'm gonna try this out. Ooh, that's a little white perch. There's that black crappie. No, I think that's a white crappie. Yeah, it's a white crappie. Well, you know, these lures are usually used for crappies, so that's pretty cool. Usually these are good eating, but this one's not big enough, so I'm gonna put him back. Thank you for playing, buddy. He just snowed and drifted away. Come on down under the bridge. They're giving out free lip piercings. All right, well that was successful. First cast. Are you videoing? Oh, perfect. Ah, this one's playing. See, this is what I'm used to seeing when it comes to bluegill. Just a regular, plain Jane bluegill. Ooh. Perfect for like catfish bait or even putting on a hook for bass, but not bass the size I'm wanting to catch. Oh, all right, release yourself then. Well, this is not really working for bass. That fella's just... Oh, gone. No, he's just too curious for his own good. Keep going. He just... Ooh, got one. Ah, dang it. Another one. Man, I love bluegill fishing. And these are real pretty, so. Look at that. That's just a piece of grass. Real pretty. You know what? We're keeping them. All right, come on. I guess we just bluegill fishing. I thought we were gonna be bass fishing. You gotta catch at least. Ooh. That's all right. I didn't want you anyway. Stupid fish. Catfish. Dang it. Well, I mean, it's a fish. I'll take it, but that looks like a small little channel cat, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't spur me. The little one's got the sharpest spurs. Yeah, it's a channel cat.
At this point, it kind of felt like I wasn't going to be able to catch a bass at all. Last time I came out here, I caught 5 of them, so I thought I might be able to get in on a school of them. Sadly, that didn't seem to be the case. So I told my wife I was going to use the last of this worm, and then we'd pack it in, pull the fish traps, and head home. And I said, matter of fact, you might as well put the camera away. Well...
Last piece of worm. You stand up here. Last piece of worm. Literally, I said, I'm just going to try this other side one time, put the camera away, and a beautiful little largemouth bass. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to see if I can catch one more. Over there. There might be a school of them. There's a school of them. Ooh, baby.
I was also curious if the fish traps would work well here, so I set 2 of them before I started fishing about 2.5 hours ago. Since we were about to leave anyways, I decided to keep them, even though they weren't particularly special.
We were using cat food as cat treats, actually, as bait. We'll put those in the bucket in a second. I gotta hurry up and grab this bluegill. There's something splashing. It looks like, we'll see when we go to the bucket, but it looks like just bluegill. Yeah, 4 bluegill. We'll go in that bucket real quick. 4 bluegill, basic coloration, classic. Collection of others.
Oh.
And then, real pretty, really striking red coloration. All right, time for us to go.
All in all, this was a pretty unsuccessful, but also a little bit successful trip. I mean, we caught some beautiful bluegill, but that wasn't really what we were going after. Got a new pet gar and 1 bass, which is actually the target species the whole time. So even though I didn't get a whole bunch of bass, I still am glad that I was able to catch that 1 and that gar. And I think it'll be cool to have him as a channel pet. So if you have a name suggestion, give it to me. First, I wanted to separate him and set him out in the water. I wanted him to be able to breathe, but not escape yet. The pond water was the same temperature as the water in the bucket, so I didn't have to really acclimate him that much. But tossed in the bluegill, and the bass was next. He kind of wiggled out of my hands before I could get a good little view of him. But yeah, we went ahead, threw him in the pond, stocked him up, and decided, you know what? Maybe we'll go back there another day. Maybe when the water's a little lower, the bass will be moving. But for today, it was getting late in the evening. It was raining. I was a little wet, and I was about ready to go take a shower. But I'm going to go ahead, throw the rest of these fish, and then we'll go inside and get the gar set up in his enclosure. All right, so we got the gar in his new home. I'm just messing with you. We're going to get him a big thing set up. I just got him sitting in here while I get it set up. Problem is, I hooked him in the eye, so I really don't think he'd have survived on his own. So I kind of feel obligated now to keep him and feed him and get him real big. Let me get a picture of the good side. There you go. That makes him look normal. All right, so we got him moved into his new enclosure. Let me bring the light down here. So this is, again, just going to be temporary. It's about 2.5 times his body length, so it is a decent enough setup for now. But I will be getting him in an outdoor pond. Oh, I think it's got this is some old decoration, so it's got some pillow fuzz or something on it. But we are going to go ahead and get him a better setup outside with his own mini pond. We'll do that in a future video. I just got to wait a little bit for the weather to dry up for me to be able to do that. But this is a living dinosaur right here. Definitely really cool. I feel so bad that I hooked him in the eyeball. Let me know what we should name him in the comments. And he might be a channel regular. Man, that was such a cool catch. I just wish I'd hooked him in the bottom lip or something. But least I could do for him is give him a longer life than he would have had in the wild. Also, don't forget, we got a fishing giveaway coming up. As soon as we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to be making a mystery fishing tackle box with custom baits and stuff. I'll have Siri pick a number 1 to 500, and whatever number it lands on my subscriber list, they'll win it. I'll pay for the shipping and everything anywhere in the United States. So anyways, guys, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. As always, Jesus loves you, I love you, and have a great day.